Hey people, this is Leroy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer, coming at you with this quick video. I'm doing it different because I'm doing two things at one time here. See my vegetarian diet today? I'm a flexitarian. I'm going vegetarian this morning. Okay? Because I ran out of meat. I ain't even got a can of tuna in the cupboard. Okay? I'm just completely out of meat, so that's fine. You don't have to eat meat all the time. I'm gonna eat me some mashed potatoes and some mixed vegetables, okay? I got the lasagna in the fridge. I'm taking that to work for tonight. Got me some Stouffer's lasagna. I'm taking that to work tonight. Praise the Lord. What I want to talk to you about real quickly is exposing this whole thing about exposing the Illuminati. Now, me personally, back when I was a kid, I heard about, the stuff, about the Illuminati and stuff. And in my late teenage years, I read a book by Mike Warnke called The Satan Seller, and he exposed the Illuminati in this book. Now, not only did Mike Warnke expose the Illuminati, but people like Jeff Fenholt from Black Sabbath, I think it was Black Sabbath, and a bunch of other rockers that stepped out of the hard rock, heavy metal vein of music and went Christian. They also talked in their books and in their interviews and stuff about secret societies that were trying to control them and stuff, and they got away and they converted to Christ and all that. Okay, I understand all that. But you got these people like my man today, what's his name? A Call for an Uprising. Okay, that's the name of his videos. And I love the brother. I love what he's doing and everything, but he takes every little thing that he sees on TV and he exposes it by what? By what he sees on TV. To me, that's not exposing anything. If someone gets up there and sings a song, I'm a Satanist, I just want to eat you, I want to eat your brain, or something, you know what I'm saying? That's not exposing the Satanist. The guy's being honest, or the guy's mocking. He's either being honest or he's mocking. Exposing something is when you go behind the scenes of something and you show the lies that they're telling you. So now we got these people who are, supposedly doing more symbolism in their videos and stuff. And I'm sorry, when I was a kid, most of the people in my family weren't saved. They weren't Christians. My mother was a Christian who was hardly ever there because she was always in the hospital, suffering diabetes, okay? And my uncle was there. It was just me and him. And everybody else, they're all saved today. But back then they weren't saved. And they was watching everything. Madonna, Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Cameo, you know what I'm saying? We watched all the dark stuff. And then when all the black folks was busy outside of the home, I went to MTV and started looking at people like Black Sabbath and Rolling Stones and, Helter Skelter, Twisted Sister, Def Leppard, you know what I'm saying? And I seen the stuff, and I would tell my uncle. My uncle, he would sit there and watch it with me sometimes, even though he hated when I watched that stuff. He would sit there and watch it with me, and I would tell him that I noticed the symbolism in there and stuff. But we kept on watching it. And as Christians, it really didn't affect us because, we were just bored. You know what I'm saying? We were just bored. So, you know, it wasn't like we didn't know. It wasn't like we didn't know that these people must have some connections, some ties with Satanism when they're behind the scenes, when they're making these records. And we even had these guys come in that were former rockers come into our churches, and they would talk about backmasking and stuff like that, if I said that right. You know, backmasking and all that stuff, backdubbing, and you play the thing backwards and you hear, satanic chants and all like that. And I found out later that if you play anything backwards, if you sing to the Lord, okay, and you play it backwards, you record yourself singing to the Lord and you play it backwards, it's going to sound pretty spooky. And you're going to hear some things that you didn't mean to hear. Now, I recorded it. Was I practicing Satanism when I recorded it? Of course not. So, I'm not saying I'm not saying that some of the backmasking isn't true. But not all of it is. Sometimes it's just what you get for playing something backwards because it was designed to go forward. Why are you playing it backwards? You know what I'm saying? You go backwards, you get the opposite. Okay? People talking about backmasking and they would say, oh, they spelled Jesus' name wrong. No duh! Backwards. That means the letters go the opposite. My goodness. Come on, people. And the other thing I want to say is that, do you think, okay, Beyonce's supposed to be now, her and Jay-Z, her husband, if they're still married. I don't know. I don't keep up. I don't really care. Now it's like all this coming out. My man, the Vigilant Christian, and my man, A Call for an Uprising, and different ones. Jason and different ones on YouTube coming out talking about. They're looking at music videos. Let me tell you something. I don't look at music videos. I barely look at Christian music videos. I don't even have cable. And so, okay, first of all, let's say Beyonce is into Satanism. You think the world cares if Beyonce is into Satanism? They're not buying her records because she's into Satanism. They're buying her records because maybe they're into Satanism. Huh? They're buying her records because they like what she's singing about. And the more they like what she's singing about, the more they buy her records. Think about it. Mr. Call for an Uprising, think about it. How are you exposing something when people are only investing their money into what they like? They love when Beyonce sings about hating on a man or sings about feminism or, being a powerful woman and mix that with, feeling beautiful and believing in yourself. They don't mind that. Okay? At all. And a lot of these people that watch these videos, okay, they care somewhat. I take that back. They really don't care that if Beyonce and Jay-Z get together and put on a witch costume and do some Illuminati stuff after, in between records or in between vacations or in between their, blowing their money or whatever they do. Okay? I believe that it's more a mockery than it is it's a mockery more than it is an expose. Okay? I believe a lot of these people, they really don't practice what they're putting on video. Excuse me, I know that Mr. Call for an Uprising might disagree with me. I don't really believe that everybody that puts this stuff on video is practicing it. I believe they put it on video because somebody else wants them to put that on video. Which, yeah, they probably know. But that doesn't mean that they have to be witches or Satanists to do it. They're just doing what somebody else wants them to do. It's part of the job. Just like I go to work every day, and there's certain things that I don't like to do. I don't like firing people before you give them a chance to explain. Okay? But I have to do that. I don't like sending people home because they got into a heated discussion with somebody. Okay? So, I believe in giving everybody a chance to explain and we can all come to peace. But it goes with the job. You say certain things to certain people, out, you're gone. That's it. It's part of the job. That's how I get paid. Okay? But, and I believe that's what a lot of these people are doing. They're just doing their jobs. They're getting paid to do a job. I don't believe that everybody that does symbolism is satanic. I believe the people behind that's editing that and asking them, are you willing to do this for 100 million? Are you willing to do this? I have a video plan. It's going to cost us, it's going to cost us $1 million or whatever. We're going to get, 10 million, when it's all done. Are you ready? Are you on the ship with me? Are you on deck? Well, let's do it then. Let's rock and roll. I don't believe that everybody in Hollywood and in the music scene is just satanic and they're all in this together. No, I believe some people are doing a job. And I believe some people are hiding secrets. And, they're hiding secrets, they're doing a job, and they try not to think about it. They try to they feel that they got their own problems to worry about, All they can worry about is how they're going to spend their money, on their cut of the money, The other thing is, okay, so people that are buying these albums and stuff, they know that the symbolism is satanic. They know it's satanic. They don't care though. Let me tell you something. You can do anything you want to do in this world except be a Christian. You be a Christian, you'll piss people off. I've walked up into conversations and they put me in the middle of the conversation and I said, well, wait a minute. The Bible actually says. And then they got pissed off. I said, hey, there's a difference between do not judge and the Christians will judge all things. And we will. And we are. Okay? One is criticism. The other one is agreeing with God on what these things are and what will be done about these things. Okay? So that's two different types of the same word. But you'd have to read the Bible and not cherry pick to understand that. But, you know, secular people don't care what you say and what you sing about and what you do, as long as you don't do it in the name of Jesus. Okay? And, you know, they'll sit there and let everybody sing about pedophilia and let everybody sing about, rape and murder and, guns and drugs and, you name it. And it's okay, it's just entertainment until some Christian gets exposed. So you can expose anybody, just don't expose Christian. Because when you expose a Christian, the whole world stops and gets off and says, hey, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. But it's okay for everybody else to do it as long as they do it in the name of, oh, I'm being me. Or as long as they do it in the name of, oh, I'm just being an entertainer, or I'm just mocking Christians, or I'm just, it's okay. So the secular world really don't give a rat's behind about symbolism in videos and all that kind of stuff. They just don't want you coming in there talking Jesus to them. They just don't want you preaching the gospel. Those channels don't get any ratings, okay? The other thing is, I really don't care. If Beyonce is a Satanist, okay? Because I'm not inviting Beyonce over for Thanksgiving dinner. She's not going to be hanging out around me and my kids. I don't need a call for an uprising or the Vigilant Christian to tell me about Beyonce. I can just look at her and tell her that's a hoe, a whore. Okay? You getting older and older and older and older, and the best part of you is a miniskirt. Okay? I watched her on this little thing for, what is it? Stevie Wonder. They act like they was having church in that place. And all she was doing was just, touching herself and stuff, I'm thinking, and the song ain't even singing about all that, And the song's going slow, and then fast, and then slow, But every song, it was the same dance. Just exotic stuff, And then it's like, she's always up there dancing with these other men. Where's it Jay-Z at? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Trust me. I understand the symbolism. I understand the symbolism. But, I don't really care if Beyonce is a Satanist. Not my problem. Okay? I wasn't expecting to see her on Thanksgiving. I wasn't expecting to see her on Christmas. I wasn't expecting her to come to my granddaughter's birthday party. That's not my world. That's not the people. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's all Satanism. Every time I turn the TV set on, it's Satanism. When I turn the news on and see these women on the news looking like sex objects all the time, to me, that's Satanism. What isn't Satanism? It's all satanic. It's all controlled by the oversexed, secular, New World Order, one world government elite, so to speak. It's all controlled by the left. Okay? And I'm sure the Illuminati are mostly Democrats and worse than Democrats, okay? But, we make all these videos, we waste all this airtime talking about stuff that don't really apply to us. You trying to expose Beyonce to the people that love her for the very simple thing you're trying to expose. You're trying to expose crosses in the video. You're trying to expose the upside down cross, the pyramid, or the I forget what the other one's called. The one with the stars, the big star, the Star of David, blah 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 blah. All this different symbolism. You know, the peace signs. You know, the middle fingers, the checkerboard effect. You know, you're exposing all the symbolism, dude. Let me tell you something. Who cares? The only people that care are the people that think this stuff is holy. But who are they? Is there anybody that thinks any of this stuff is holy? If I go to the common fornicator on the street and I say, hey, that new video by Beyonce, man, there's some wicked stuff in there, satanic symbols in there and all like that, she'd probably say, yeah, I know. But you think she's going to stop? Stop? No, because that's the world she lives in. So when Beyonce and Jay-Z and all these different professional Hollywood actors and musicians and all these people, when they expose themselves, if that's what they're doing, because I believe some of it is mockery. They're mocking us. You know, they're mocking us and then going home and laughing about it. I don't believe all of them are going home and putting on, you know, sacrificing their blood or practicing pedophilia or whatever. I believe half of them are mocking us. I believe it's more what you don't see that's actually Satanism and all like that. But you got to ask yourself, why would they be honest today? Okay, and they weren't honest yesterday. Because I remember talking about the Illuminati going all the way back to the 80s. And back in the 80s, they weren't exposing themselves except for a few rock bands like Black Sabbath and a lot of their, you know, twin bands, Kiss and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying? They didn't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you actually go behind the scenes and copy footage